What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. You guys, this is my unique commentary on Martell and Marsau from Love and Marriage Huntsville. All opinions are alleged, okay? So let's get into it. If you missed the latest clip from Love and Marriage Huntsville, please check it out on my IG page, DYANAROZAY. It is in my stories and it is explosive. Martell will not be satisfied until he destroys Marsau, or Marsau destroys him. Martell tells Marsau, "What do you mean I couldn't have effed Tisha?" He said, "I could have effed Tisha when my boys effed her." Martell is saying this to Marsau's face, like up close and personal, screaming it in his face with Marsau's wife, Tisha, sitting right in between his legs. Then he went even lower than that. He said, "Marsau, do you know who she married? You were uglier than you are, fatter than you are." Basically saying Marsau is still ugly and he's still fat. And then he said some shit just to see how far he could punk Marsau, I guess. He said, "Of course I could have effed Tisha. Tisha picked the bottom of the barrel." Martell put his flag in Tisha's sand, whether she wanted him to or not. And Marsau didn't flinch, not even once. And none of the men jumped in to help. Not Lance, not Chris Fletcher, not even Marsau's brother, Maurice. And if you remember in that fight scene at Madani, I think season 5, it was actually Maurice who sucker punched Martell and started that whole interaction with Martell chasing Marsau around the parking lot. Maybe Marsau can't fight, y'all. Maybe his brothers always help. In last week's episode, Maurice said he wasn't getting involved. He said, let him get it out. Now, while Martell was screaming in Marsau's face, pounding on his chest, and jiggling his nuts, Marsau kept a close eye on him. He wasn't doing all that back talk like he normally does. Y'all know Marsau likes to escalate by belittling and making sure people know they're not smarter than him. He didn't do that this time. He sat there with his arm around Tisha, and then at certain points he was like, "Thank you, Tisha." Kissed her in the ear. "Thank you for sticking it out with me. She's still with me. She's still with me." And Tisha said, "No problem, Marsau. I saved you." Go back to last episode and listen to Martell ogle over Tisha's body, talking about, "I was wondering who's wearing all that pink." Y'all, I kid you not, this might have been the act right that Marsau needed now that he knows there's someone else out there paying attention to Tisha's curves. And not just anybody, child. Martell, a ninja with a hook and a curve. I knew when I heard Marsau compliment Tisha, he called her scrumptious during that girls trip review with Carlos. He's been big up in family, talking about he doesn't drink anymore. He's been posting little cute stories about his kids, about his daughter going through her first heartbreak. The facts are, if Marsau and Tisha get divorced, his fall from grace is going to be very similar to Martell. Hell, maybe even worse. Martell believes that Marsau owes him blind loyalty from saving him when he went bankrupt. And for a little while, Marsau gave him that. Now, that's not to say that he didn't laugh at his ass every chance he got, because he did and still does. But he did hold on to those little nasty secrets the two of them had on each other. And now you can let them burdens down, because Martell isn't keeping any secrets. He will expose your ass for a nickel. And to be fair, so with Marsau, they have both played dirty. In first season, we found out that Melody and Martell accused Marsau of posting their tax documents online for everybody to read. Marsau also put a no contact order on Martell because Martell was about to whoop his ass then. And Marsau was also spreading rumors around Huntsville that Melody's mother had a video with his brother. Now, all of this went down off camera. They weren't filming, but they did bring it back to the show. And y'all, this all went down in the first and second season. So when people say that we need to take it back to Black excellence in first season, nope, absolutely not. Also, y'all, don't forget that Kimmy in the first season, probably second or third episode, she told everybody that she thought Martell was crooked and that they shouldn't do business with him. Remember, she said that Marsau found those 47 acres. He brought the information back to the comeback group, and she said they all decided collectively not to move forward with it. Then she accused Martell and Melody of sneak purchasing the land behind their backs and not giving Marsau a heads up, I guess. I remember Maurice and Melody going at each other on Twitter about that episode. But anyway, y'all, Martell and Marsau have always been jealous of each other. And ever since Martell's divorce and that fall from grace, Marsau has been slowly climbing. Martell loses his Lamborghini, Marsau paints his Mercedes, right? Martell loses the 47 acres and a multi-million-dollar development deal called Holt Manor. Marsau is developing his dream house that social media affectionately calls Bedrock, but the land itself is said to be worth $3.1 million. And the most recent slap in the face is that Marsau used to do commercial building exclusively, and now he done branched out into home building. Apparently, he has signs all over North Huntsville that has the word Scolt on it, and Martell doesn't have his name on anything because he doesn't even have a builder's license. Child, we all know how big Martell's ego is, so this is definitely painful for him to see. I bet you every time he passed a Scolt sign, it is making him sick. We thought it was bittersweet for him to see Melody live out her dreams. It is more than bittersweet for him to watch Marsau live out the dreams that he had for himself. You know what I'm saying? But y'all talk to me and let me know what y'all think in the comments, please, okay? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Also, make sure you are following me on all platforms, especially IG. Go check out that video. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.